Hello friends, welcome to my channel Power of AEM. In this series, we are discussing about content fragment data exposing with external system. In this video, we are describing the remaining methods to expose the data where the last two methods related to HTTP asset API and the custom development. When we are talking about HTTP asset API, that is again out of the box provided API where you can do all the operations that you can do through the UI. The same operations you can also perform through the asset API. But here you have to avail means you have to some access on your overall AEM system because you need either bearer token or basic authentication or might be some other type of authentication you need to have. Then only you can perform the operation with the help of asset API. This is out of the box solution. So no customization you can perform. However, you can take a decision which type of data you want to create. So we will learn about that and take a deep dive how you can utilize the asset API, but we will just talk about how you can expose the content. So we will talk about just one API or one method to expose the content. However, it is a deep exercise to learn about overall asset API as you can perform a lots of operations with the help of asset API. The next method will be the custom development where you can create your own set of content which is based on or you can sit on top of your content fragment, but instead of exposing all the content you can limitize the content that you want to expose. For that you need to write your own custom sling model and use the JSON exporter API, which is again exposing the content in form of JSON, but in your control. So in terms of using the custom development, for example, this is just a code snippet for your reference, whatever models you are having. After that, you can use the exporter annotations. Jackson is one of the exporter, you can say API, which is helping us to share the content in form of JSON. So extension will be the JSON as you can see in the annotation property. And in this overall exporting of the content, we want to sort the properties with the alphabet. So I have added this sort properties alphabetically, which is true as a value. So whatever information that we are sharing with the external system, those will be sorted. And you need to write your own model. So like that, you can create your own custom development effort, or you can have your custom sling models where you can take a decision which data you want to expose. Let's talk about the remaining method, which is asset API, how you can fetch the information with the help of asset API. For example, you are working in a headless system and headless system is talking to external to AEM system and want to fetch a particular content fragment, how you can do that. So let's see. I do have already created a content fragment, which we are taking reference all the time. So this is my content fragment. And in case I want to hit from the external system to fetch this information, how we can do that. I have a REST endpoint, or you can say the REST client. As you can see, I'm calling in the get method, I am passing a URL. URL is the same where I do have my fragment available. As you can see, it is placed under vRetail experience Arctic surfing. And here you can see the same path. However, I'm not starting with the content dem. Why I'm not starting with the content dem? Because that is replacing by the asset API. So whenever we are talking about HTTP asset API, it is coming with its own uh, predefined endpoints. So you can consider this is the endpoint and replacing the initial root, which is content slash dam. So I need to add this, and after that, the overall qualified path of my content fragment. At the last, I need to add JSON. Keep remember, I'm here. I'm just hitting my um authoring tier. However, if you are hitting your published tier or any other tier, you need to allow that particular path in order to make a successful connection. In If that is not, in that case, you need to add the authentication mechanism. Here I'm using simple credentials for my, as I'm working with my local. But if you are working with, or if you are having other information, like it might be you are having bearer token or you are having OAuth authentication, you can place that as well. So I'm using the basic authentication, and I have placed URL like this where I'm talking about the asset HTTP API. I Once I'm done with this changes, I need to hit the send and I'll get the result. It is sending or giving me the 200 response. It means I got the information from the AEM system. And if I look at here, it is talking about the same content fragment. This is the name of the content fragment, and this is overall information placed on the content fragment. You can also notice that in the content fragment, we are having some RTE. In the RTE, we placed content in a different format. The first line is in H1 tag, another one is in the italic, and then paragraph system. Same way, we are getting information on my REST client, the H1 tag, then we do have italic tag. So however, the way that you are presenting or placing your content on the content fragment, the same way you will get here. So it is totally depend how you are placing the content fragment on your AEM system, and you can pull out the information with the help of any external system. So I hope you can understand now how you can take a reference or use the HTTP asset API in order to pull content fragment data from any external system. So thank you for watching, and please do subscribe my channel.